Welcome back to the Midnight Mirage. And in this tape, what I want to do is give the brothers out there who are building and constructing their own empire, starting from zero, building to 100, starting from nothing and building something. I want to make this tape to give you brothers some inspiration and to make you aware of the importance of keeping your self-esteem high, of being self-validated from within, of being responsible for your own happiness, and for keeping your own energy positive and your mentality and your outlook on your life work, what it'll turn into, etc. Keeping a very, very healthy, positive outlook on things in life. All these intangibles are very, very important when you are on that long, grueling, horrific journey called success. All right. What some of you all can attest to, and what I know from personal experience, is that success, or the process of building something good, takes a very, very long time. And at least as far as how the book is written, it even is written in Genesis that when so-called God created creation, that it took him several days to do it. So even he couldn't get it done in just a blink of an eye. So that process and that journey to build something, you're going to have to fall in love with it. And you're going to have to understand too that, it won't happen overnight. So even though you desire it very, very bad, you want it very, very bad. The thing that you're working on, you want it very, very bad. And it may not even be just the financial benefit from it, the acclaim from it. Sometimes it could be just you got a green checkpoint, a check mark on an important task that was just something in your life. So you know how you had something that was just very, very important you had to get done, and you may have not even really cared about the residual benefits of it being done, but it weighed so much in your life that just the completion of this task almost is like a certain weight release off of your back. And in a way, especially when you have a strong empire mentality, and maybe this just may be my individual psyche too, but just the completion of the task and get this very, very important thing done that holds a lot of weight, and a lot of people are depending on it. Of course it's good when you get the financial security and stuff like that, man, but sometimes just finally being at this position of completing the task, it probably feels like a certain weight is released from you, So, but as I said, that won't come overnight. So what you got to do, man, is you got to fall in love with the basics and the simple, small things of life. This is a strategy that I organically created in my own life, and I've done it since a youth. But as I got older and I started creating plans for myself as a grown man and where I wanted my life to go and how I wanted things to turn out, I started noticing, just the daunting, grueling task of the journey. Especially once I hit my 20s, I'd say from my early 20s to my late 20s, that's when you become really, really aware of it. Because even if you grow up and you don't have the financial stability in the household, there's a certain effect, but you really feel it when you start creating, objectives for yourself as a young man, and you set out to do them, especially when you don't have maybe much help and assistance in the beginning. Well, it's all on you. And that's all good, but in general, that's how a lot of our circumstances are. So falling in love with the basics and the simple things of life, what it will do is it will keep you in a perpetual state of happiness, and it won't have you so anxious and anticipating the completion of your life's work task. You'll be able to enjoy just the everyday mundane of life. That's what I've learned, that on this journey of success and financial stability, sometimes just the mundane, plain, simple things of life, it makes you fall in love with them. And I'll give you an example. There are very, very simple things that bring me great joy that even the success may bring. Of course, once you reach the success, there's security, stability that it can bring. But I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, the same probably happiness that it would give me, I get that same happiness. Honestly, some of y'all may laugh at this. Some of y'all may even joke with me and clown with me in the comment section, and that's all good. But you'd be surprised the type of gratification and satisfaction I get just from vacuuming, or just from cleaning the kitchen after I get done eating, or washing the tub out when I get done cleaning the bathroom, and just the fresh scent of the pine sol, the lavender pine sol in the air. Like, you'd be surprised how much gratification I get from something as simple as that. Or maybe me just rolling up a blunt and sitting outside in the breeze, just watching the cars go up and down the street, watching the people walk up and down the sidewalk. Nothing real major going on. No headphones in my ears, no music going on. Just whatever good flavor, whatever good indica I got in the air, whatever good hybrid, I got in the air. And me just sitting back in that space and time and just embracing the moment, Nothing's going on. I'm not anticipating anything. I'm not anxious to hurry up and get successful. I'm really just graceful and at peace from being in that particular space and time at that moment. And, whatever the higher power has given me up until that point, just being satisfied with it. And just being thankful for it, being grateful for it in that moment, I'll give you another real basic example. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm gonna do my routine, take care of business, things I can get to, do it. Go to the grocery store. I know I'm gonna get some tomatoes. So even just looking through the tomatoes, for example, I'm gonna get a certain satisfaction from that. Go get me some water and stuff like that, some Gatorades. Look through and see which flavor Gatorades do I want. Do I want the green apple this time? Do I want the white glacier? Do I want the blue raspberry? And just being able to choose which one I want at that moment. Like, that type of basic stuff I get a gratification from. Going to the weight room, just being in the weight room, working out, simple gratification from that. It's the simple things in life, the things that don't cost no money, the things that are readily accessible for you to do. It don't cost anything to go to the store and, choose a Gatorade to drink, or whatever your favorite drink may be. Let's say you like vitamin water, you may go and see which vitamin water do I want. Like, I don't care what it is, man. Like, you need to fall in love with the simple, small things in life that make you happy. Maybe you like sitting at home just playing a video game, you on your Sega Genesis, or maybe you like playing Candy Crush on your phone. How the phones have games. Maybe you like doing that. Or maybe you like going into the woods, you got your camera phone, and maybe you like just taking pictures of the trees or something like that. I'll give you another one that I like. When I'm in the southeastern woodlands, of my homeland, I love being in the woods during the fall, winter season in the South. I love seeing the, leaves change colors, going from the green to the autumn colors, the burgundy, and the yellow colors. I like seeing all the leaves on the ground, walking in my grandmother's backyard and can hear the leaves, crunching under my foot as I'm walking in the forest. I don't hear anything. That cool breeze in the air, from a November morning in the country of Georgia. And just, I'll wake up and go outside, smoke a blunt, in the middle of the woods. Like, that shit, man, feels like I just got a $2 million direct deposit. It really, really does. And it's more, you have to choose and decide that you want that reality to feel like that for you. Because some people may hear that and say, well, when I go sit in the woods, that doesn't physically feel like I just got $2 million. And I understand what they mean. They talking about that dopamine rush, the adrenaline rush that they may feel from now picturing in their mind all the new things that they could buy and the fancy lifestyle it could provide. But at the end of the day, the human mind and the human brain, you can convince yourself and you can tell yourself what reality you want to be in. So, you know how they got that quote, that you got to fake it till you make it. Believe it or not, when you embrace those simplistic, basic things of life, that's somewhat what you're doing. Like, you putting yourself in that luxurious, wealthy, rich, successful environment mentally and psychologically. You really are putting yourself there by choosing and deciding to embrace whatever moment that the creator got you in that particular space and time, and that's really how I look at it, because at the end of the day, tomorrow, like, I could easily be in a situation where I could have no money. I may not even have no money to go in there and get the Gatorade or get no, fruits and vegetables for the sandwiches I want to make. Like, I'm lucky to even just have a little bit of money in my pocket to do the shit. Or let's say when I want to get ready to roll me up some good gas, some good indica, like, at least I got a little bit of money to go get it. So, man, I'm telling you, man, if you can't master this in your psyche, this shit gonna drive you crazy as a so-called black man that's young trying to build something. I'm telling you. And ain't nobody gonna tell you this. Like, think about what the fuck I'm saying. Like, if you're trying to build a business and can't nobody even tell you how to do that, they can't tell you about how to create an LLC and file that with the Secretary of State in whatever state you live in. They can't tell you about how to get an EIN number with the IRS. They can't tell you about how to go and create a bank account for the LLC. They can't tell you about tracking your business expenses so you can file them at the end of your taxes. They can't tell you about all the income you got to report. So if these people can't give you business tips and ideas, what makes you think that they're going to be able to give you these military psychological preservation tips that you're going to need as a man while you're on the journey to build all that shit up? It's harder to build a business up, than it is to, once you got it, So that's why I'm here to tell you, like, no, like, that is going to be a powerful weapon of you falling in love with the simple, basic things in your life. That's real, man. I don't give a damn if it's, you at the gym working out, and when you get done working out, let's say when you get done doing your cardio, and when you cooling down from your cardio, shit, maybe you like to, walk past the yoga room and look at the women in there stretching or something. And maybe for that small point in space and time, it make you happy for a little bit. You see them, whatever. You may even get one of the women number when they come out. I don't give a fuck what it is, bro. Like, if that shit make you happy, it ain't bothering nobody. It ain't costing no type of money. And it seems like it's organic, it's simple and small. Embrace that, man. Because what it does is it lets your inner spirit know that you see the small things of life. Because everybody can get happy when you get a $2 million direct deposit. Everybody can get happy when, you in a situation now and you can attract the best women and you got the finest women in your life and you having the best sex in your life. Everybody can get happy when you got a checking account full of money. So you can go to the luxury car dealership and get what you want. You can go to the real estate agent and get any home, whatever you want. Like, it's very happy to be happy in that type of situation. But I'm telling you right now, that shit, for one, don't happen every day. And for two, if you're working towards that, it's going to take a long time before it comes. So you mean to tell me that if it's going to take a long time to come, you going to just wait to be happy when the shit come? And all them other days before that, you're not going to be in a happy state? That's not going to work. Because if you're not in a continuous, perpetual happy state, I can tell you right now, buddy, you'll never become successful. If you holding your breath and you trying to wait to be happy in life, and you trying to wait to release and be stress-free and let the anxiety and all the fear go, if you just wait for success and financial stability so you can now psychologically tell yourself that and then get your brain and your mind to configure to this new way you want to be, man, you in trouble, bro. Like I said, this shit gonna drive you fucking crazy, especially the more ambitious you are. Oh yes, I gotta take a sip of water for that. Hold on. The more ambitious you are, the more that shit gonna drive you fucking crazy. Let's take a nigga like me. My ambition is so crazy. You know how many relationships that I've probably destroyed, or that had potential, but I didn't get to realize the potential because of my excessive, chronic, exaggerated success, ambitious driven nature. It wants this success so bad. So the more ambitious you are, almost the harder you're going to be on yourself if you're not careful. So that's why you have to incorporate something that's going to keep you mellow, keep you neutral, keep you evened out, keep you even keel, so you can coast through these everyday mundane situations in life. Because when the success comes, it's going to come. All right. And I'm going to tell you something else too. It's pros and cons to all this shit. And it's kind of like the Biggie Smalls quote, more money, more problems. Now, when he said that, it really is the archetypal statement that he's making. Because of course we know that if you have more money, most of the problems you have, you can financially fix them. But what he's saying is ultimately is that there's never going to be this point in life where you reach this certain level of success and status, and now you no longer have any kind of challenges in life. That's really what Biggie was saying by more money and more problems. And subconsciously, he probably didn't even understand the archetype of what he really was saying. But that's really what it is, and it's for us to have the discernment, because Biggie did his job by making it popular by doing a song and putting it out there for us so we can think. But as I'm sitting here and looking at it and thinking about it now, what he really saying is that there is no point in life where you're going to be at this status and now you finally made it, and all the hard things and the things that used to challenge you and stuff, like, they're not going to be there no more. Like, that's never going to be like that, And that's very important for a lot of you so-called black men to understand, because a lot of us come from not having shit. So we feel like as soon as we reach a certain milestone of success, that we kind of low-key made it a little bit, or because we coming from such a lack. But that's not the case, That's not the case. That's not the case, man. It don't go like that, It don't go like that. There's never going to be this point. The only person that is at a high position and a high station and they ain't going to never have to ever worry about nothing is God Almighty himself. Other than that, I don't give a fuck what station you in. You're going to always have to worry about some shit. Okay? And that's just what it is. So, so fall in love with the basics and the small things, the things that make you happy in life, man. The things that don't cost no type of money, the things that the average person wouldn't even think you would realize. Like, you got to think about what I said. Out of everybody that knows me, and that's another thing, there's a part of me that's very, very, part of me that's extrovert, but it's a part of me that's introvert. Because y'all got to understand, like, see, there is no Blackbeard for me to go to. Like, in my own personal life, how some of y'all may come listen to some of my tapes, and it may be a little bit of game you get from it or whatever it is you get from it. But like in my personal life, when I'm feeling a certain type of way, because I'm not a Superman, I'm not feeling up every day. But there really is nobody for me to go to. There is no YouTube channel or nobody out there that is it just ain't like, it's not like that. Like, I'm already putting out bleach and powerful ammonia myself. So there really is nothing more powerful than that. I'm already putting out nuclear stuff myself. So the way I keep myself happy and the way I stay inspired, is when I'm alone and I'm feeling very, very introverted. I don't feel like being bothered. Then what I make sure I do to stay in a healthy psychological space and a healthy emotional space is I'm always doing something simple and basic that makes me happy. All the time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the time. And I recommend that for you too, So this is very, very important, man. So I don't care if it's, you may go to, you may go to your local TJ Maxx or Marshalls or Ross or whatever. And you may go in there and find a cool Adidas or Nike hoodie on sale or whatever. See, a nigga like me, like that type of stuff made me happy. Like, let me go on Ross and I find a hard ass, hoodie or something like that, and catch them folks slipping, a high quality one. You know, that'll make me happy, man. That'll make my day, you know. Or it may be something else as simple as I may go to my favorite restaurant, but that day I'm going in, I didn't know that they were having a special on the same particular item that I like getting. So that day is 75% off. Man, you know how happy I'm gonna be when I leave there? So I'm gonna end it with that, man. Like, you know, being that way and choosing to do that, for one, you staying humble to your own inner self, your heart. For two, you showing appreciation to the higher power or God Almighty, whatever you want to call them. And you showing them that I see the small things in life. And I'm happy for even the little things that, you know, that creation has given me. So, you know, I'm not going to be one of these Luciferian humans that act like I'm only happy with God when you answer the materialistic ass shit that I want, and I don't see the other small things in life that you've done for me. So no, you don't want to be like that. You know, and we're going to wrap it up with that, man. So y'all stay down and come up. Y'all stay inspired from within. Y'all stay self-validated from within. And for some of you all out there too that, you know, because that's another thing, like, you may be able to come listen to the tape, but once the tape is over, you still going back to your own personal individual life, and you may be by yourself, just like I am. Once I get done recording this, I'm still going back to my own individual personal life, and I'm about to be by myself. So you need to put these principles into action. Because one thing about it, man, is that, you know, I love my own heart and my own inner soul and spirit so much that I enjoy being on my own. And even when I'm around other people, I'm still by myself. So that's the mystery to it. Like, I'm always by myself. Even when I'm with a group of people, I could be with two other people. I'm always in my own space and bubble, and you know, that's how you should be. That's how I am in life. You know, I ain't gonna say that's how you should be, but that's just how I am. And the reason why it's like that is because, you know, I'm just accountable for my own happiness. And when you're like that, what happens is you're gonna find that you attract a lot of people. You're gonna find that a lot of people are attracted to your energy. You're gonna find that a lot of people get revitalized from being around you. You're gonna find that a lot of people start having a different conversation when they come around you. And people are gonna feel enlightened and inspired and empowered when they come around you. So that's the thing. Like, you always want to be that beacon of light, whether you by yourself or you around people. So that's the thing, man. Like, because as I said, this success journey is long and it's fleeting. Meaning, it's like it's like trying to catch a leaf on a windy day. It's like you'll have it, and then, you know, he'll fall out your hand, and then you'll grab him again, and that's how the success is. And the reason why it's like that, because like I said, God Almighty is the only one who's gonna be at a high station and never has to keep climbing and keep ascending and keep evolving and improving itself. Because God Almighty already is at the highest point that it's gonna be. But us as men, we are not. You know, our souls and hearts and our energy bodies, they're still evolving and developing and becoming better and better. And that's why the success is fleeting. That's why there never will be a certain dollar amount that you can get and save up or make, and all of a sudden you feel like you made it. It just doesn't. That's an illusion. That's a mirage. Okay. So you know, just a major salute, and just think about what I talked about. But we out.